Welcome out, gamers and gamettes, to this RGL.gg Invite Highlander match taking place between Hood Naruto and 3600. I am Alto, joined by Zag to my side, Dolphin behind the camera as always. Zag, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. It's going to be a fun match tonight, fun night overall. We got Hood Naruto with 3600. These two are our last 3-0 undefeated teams in the regular season. Only one of them is going to stay undefeated at the end of tonight, and we got Koth Lakeside that's going to separate them.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Hood Naruto, very, kind of the descendant, I guess you could say, of K&D, and K&D was always a very strong Lakeside team, known for innovating that bath hold that you see sometimes come out at the highest levels of play really well. They are presumed to be the best team in Invite this season, and with 3600 having taken that fairly convincing win over Shovel on Asheville 2 weeks ago, they've positioned themselves kind of as the challengers coming into this match. So what we are looking at here is likely going to be a battle for the first seed, barring any shenanigans happening in the back half of the season, where the winner of this match is looking likely to go undefeated this season. So a lot at stake right here.
Yeah, the only thing that could realistically change is if Hood Naruto lose a late stage match to Chinese Shovel in the end, and we'll have like the three-way rock paper scissors. But assuming things go as planned, like as we project, yeah, this is the match for first seed going into the playoffs.
Yeah, and with that, do you want to run down the rosters? So on Hood Naruto, they will have Logan on Scout, K-Pop Bob, or probably better known as Froyo J, on Soldier, X Hunter on Pyro, Bowl on Demoman, Carson on Heavy, Hyphen on NG, Blake on Medic, Lenny on Sniper, and Jacob on Spy.
And on 3600, we have Wish on Scout, Dur on Soldier, Johnny from Cali on Pyro, Joey Lemons on Demo Man, Adam on Heavy, Fluwars on Engineer, Casper on Medic, Nixie on Sniper, and AGB on Spy.
Yeah, and I mean, coming into this, you look at the roster, and it's hard to go against Hood on this. Just,
they're
you want to say class by class.
Favorites. Yeah, they're just the favorites this season. They have the best roster on paper. Tons of players that just are top number one in their class. Logan on Scout is up there. Bull on Demo. Lenny on Sniper. And Jacob's even playing this week on Spy. And Jake, like you mentioned that Naruto's like the K&D descendants, kind of. It's less so like classic K&D, more so just like the Jacob stack. And every season, the Jacob stack is going to be the Highlander team that has the best macro. And Lakeside is a map that he himself helped pioneer the meta on. So yeah, with Jacob in this game, I find it very hard to believe that 3600 is going to have like a fighting chance at the victory.
And I mean, again, just class by class, I want to look for some advantage, but, if I'm looking at this, maybe Engineer? Right? Like,
I think it's less of a class by class thing, because yes, like we look at the rosters.
Well, right, and I mean, obviously you have team play and, coordination filling those out, but just on an individual basis, all the pieces that Hood Naruto are working with would just appear to be, historically better than their counterparts on 3600.
Yeah, that's 3600 are a very good team in their own right. We've seen Joey Lemons come up in the recent seasons and be a very respectable, very good Highlander demo man. We haven't seen him be on Bull's level quite yet because Bull is, the best. He's one of the best to ever play Highlander demo man. So Joey Lemons, he should be pretty good in the matchup. We'll have to see if he's able to fully keep up. Adam on Heavy versus Carson, like that's a matchup where it's like kind of stylistic and both heavies have their own strengths. I'd say they're both very strong players. Blake versus Casper, both upcoming medics in the recent, like back half of RGL history. So like both teams have competent players, especially in their combos as well. So like there is a world where 3600 is able to take rounds with some good play.
Right, and I think kind of the key in that statement is able to take rounds, right? Where the default assumption is a 4-0, if not, is a 4-1, 4-0 type of game, not because 3600 is, lacking necessarily, but you're kind of going up against the best here, you swing at the king, you better not miss type of thing, where just off of those pure pieces on Hood Naruto being stronger, they have that much more margin for error. I want to say there was a match I saw, I don't remember what team it was precisely, it was probably 2 seasons ago, because that was when I was casting, where we saw the Jacob team, you could say, on Lakeside in the playoffs, and even when they weren't playing well, I think that they pulled a 3-1. It might have been over the Adam team, I want to say, I'm sorry, I don't remember the team names, but it looks like everyone on, on the Jacobs team is super dominant all the time. Then they have this moment where they all just like collapse, they overextend, they full wipe, and then suddenly the other team has uber advantage, and they just don't care. They just dry push, walk in, and just make up for their mistakes right there. And when you have a team that's not afraid to, dry push, not afraid to leverage maybe their individual strengths against you, it just means that you have to outplay them for a sustained period of time, which is really difficult on Koth.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy match for 3600. We do want to reiterate there is a very good chance that they are competitive here. It's just this is a difficult matchup, and on Lakeside especially because it is the Jacob stack playing this map. It is Legacy. They've created the Highlander meta at this point for this map. On any other map, I'd give 3600 a lot better of a shot at getting a higher round score. Lakeside is just really hard, and it's really unfortunate they came up against them on this map in particular.
Yeah, because on Stopwatch as a map type, it's less about having strong, consistent play and more about having those really high highs, right? If you're pushing and your spy can, if you can get a drop on their med on first, we've seen invite teams snowball that into 4-minute cap times on certain maps. It's about being able to find that really big pick and snowball off of it and gain momentum. On Koth, just the nature of the game mode means that, okay, let's say your spy pops off and stabs 6 people, you get 30 seconds off the clock, but then you have to go back to holding them, right? You don't get to coast off of that advantage if a team's aggressive and is able to find picks on your meds. So on that note, I want to kind of shine a bit of a spotlight on Casper here to see how well he can play, because if he's able to stay alive and able to, maybe maintain any uber advantages that 3600 gets through the aggression we're almost certain to see from Hood, it's going to go a long way towards 3600 getting on the board.
Yeah, and it's not going to be an easy game for Casper of all people as well, because all opposing him, Jay on Soldier has been the bane of medics since his arrival to Highlander Invite, been constantly just destroying them off of respawn, hard to get an uber advantage ever against Hood. We have Jacob and Lenny on the pick classes. If you ever peek into Lenny's sights on point, he's gonna die. Casper is just going to eat the headshot every time. Lenny is that good, he will not miss those chances. Jacob as well, smart, one of the smartest players to ever touch Highlander, always gonna be ready to collapse on that medic with his team. So yeah, Casper, big spotlight on him. If he's able to kind of try his best to negate these threats and stay alive as much as possible, with his team helping him, of course, 3600 are gonna need some points where they have uber ad, they have at least a chance to walk up and trade.
Right, and I think something that might have, I didn't really focus on, but when I was talking about how Hood, or whatever the Jacob team was, had played, is that they are not a team that is infallible. Especially on Lakeside, I don't think. They are going to make mistakes, but their style of play is predicated on the fact, well, okay, if every time we make this push, it's a 70% shot, if we just keep doing that, we'll win eventually.
Yeah, and that's one of the differences between Payload and Koth and Lakeside, is that yes, you mentioned if a team can get a big snowball on Payload, they can push it and get a really good time, which will set them up well to take a round. In this, in Koth, if you make a good play, you get the medic drop, right? And you're like, okay, we can make a push. There's still 8 players of Hood Naruto that, due to the map's format, it's Koth, you can spread out a lot wider and attack a lot faster. There's still 8 players that are going to jump on you and do their best to kill you.
Right, and it's, I'm not super well-versed in sixes, but as far as I'm aware, one of the things on that is that you don't want to immediately sack 3 people, or even really 1 person necessarily in for the medic, because you have, not that that's a bad play, but you have that option of saying, okay, well, our med's dead, but they traded out a soldier for it, we can use that temporary advantage in damage to just blitz them and try to, make up for the fact that they're not going to have uber that early. But both teams are rated up here, so getting into this real quick, Zach, I don't want to get your prediction before we get to the mid-fight.
I'm going to go 4-1 Hood Naruto. I think 3600 are good enough to take a round. I don't think they'll be able to put up a consistent fight.
Nice and safe. I am going to echo that with a 4-1. So, consensus on the desk. Fairly uncommon, I would say, actually, over the past couple of matches we've casted, but a really slow mid from both teams. 400 is getting Adam pushed up into Bathhouse. Here comes in Jay, though, getting lots of damage in, but he will go down. Too much health on Adam. And 3600 is doing a lot of work on this mid fight. The Bathhouse push is working really well. They find a ton of kills on Hood. And that's going to be a very easy mid-fight for them. Blake gets out, but that's about the only saving grace.
It wouldn't be Highlander without the teams immediately putting our caster predictions to shame, but the mid-fight plan there for 3600 was really, really good. They pushed heavy NG flank classes into Bathhouse, and they took all that aggressive space. We saw the sack in from Jay and friends try and get some space back, but they just got shredded in that Bathhouse by Adam on heavy with that Tomislav, so really good mid. They got their first capture, now they're looking to defend.
Oh, here they come in though. Uber popped out going into Bath. And Casper drops. Jacob finds the medic. He will go down for that, but that is the trade you will take 10 times out of 10. Only the stragglers, being left to be wiped up here. Logan and Jay are going to go down, but that's about all they're going to find. 9 players. That is a full wipe for at least 7 seconds coming in from Hood Naruto. And that's kind of what I wanted to bring up before, right? That mid-fight coming out of Hood Naruto was not super good. They did the equivalent of just sitting in pocket on product and just letting the other team walk all over them, and then they come right back out and just drop the med and roll the super fight. So you can get time off of them, but it's about consistently outplaying them that 3600 is going to have to do here, and Jacob finding that stab onto Nixie is likely going to stall any real pressure that 3600 is going to manifest here.
Yeah, with that sniper going down, we see Hood flanking out onto the point. They don't have to worry about any of these sight lines trying to get some damage on the 3600 walk-up. Point is getting edged forward right now by the scout, trying to get some time. Wish is still on there, needs to get some heals. Bathhouse is held by Hood right now, and Lenny is standing in. Big threat right now. He's looking for an angle onto the medic, and he finds him! Casper going down, could not strafe out of that sight line in time. And just like that, 3600, they need to make a play here, try and get the medic or try to at least get Bathhouse.
Yeah, just, 2 deaths in a row for Casper here, coming at really inopportune times. I don't think that was necessarily a drop like the last one, but there's some attempts at a sack coming in here. Wish is going to pick up 2 before going down, so they did find 3 kills, and with those faster spawns, they may be able to try to, pull off like a headbutt play with the spawners and just get the force out, but even then, that's going to be difficult to do, and it's going to require Casper staying alive. Looks like they may be trying to do that, as both teams are just kind of holding on their ramps right now. Not too much going on, but yeah, Casper only at 45.
And Nixie now has the Bathhouse angle. 3600 have that forward positioning, but they're going to get Ubered on. Nixie gets taken out immediately, as well as Blue Walrus. The flank is out of there. Adam going to get taken down, as well as cleanup. The 3600 now, they're trying to get players out. Slaughter Bomb in from Jay. Does not find that medic kill, as Dur and Adam did go down, but they have saved Casper's life this time. Means they're going to have an Ubered advantage for the next push. There's 1 minute different on the clock right now, an advantage for Hood Naruto. Trying to hold on point, but the Uber is going to be out here from Casper in just a second.
Right, gonna have to see how they play this, but Nixie, though, finding Lenny is a great pick to start this off. Wish and Joey Lemons getting aggro on point right here. Blake gonna be hightailing it out of main. Will escape. Hunter doing a great job of netting the super. Doesn't even go down for it. Blake will be running back to spawn, coming up on just 60% right here. And we will see we will see 3600 take the point here. Jay will get stabbed in Bath, I want to say that was somewhere over there, but they did not catch Blake on that, and they really didn't get too many frags, so Hood is going to be ready to push it right back in right here when they get the opportunity to.
Blake about to come up on full Uber. They're walking out through main. AGB is calling out that they're lining up outside of Bath. Looks like that's where Bull wants to take this Uber. Demento gets flamethrowered. He's going to get caught. Bull goes down early, though. Can't get the Uber in time, and Demento will drop in the end. So now Hood are down 2, including the crucial Demo Man. They have this Uber to work with, but Lenny's going to drop as well. Carson at least trades back on that heavy, but Dur is still holding strong in Bath. Logan now going to get a solo with Hyphen. Actually, Logan's dropped in that Uber for Hyphen in favor of Hyphen, and that Uber doesn't really do much. They can't get onto the point. Now there's a soldier on their heads. Dur dropping down. One more rocket. Can't find it on Blake. They're going to get Bull, though, in the meantime, and they still have control of the point. 3600 are going to flip the time off that one.
Yeah, really nice little just heads-up awareness by Johnny from Cali there, getting the air blast onto Logan to push him into Bathhouse, breaking line of sight with Logan and breaking the beam so he's no longer able to be flashed, and they kill him before he can get back in. But, Bull going down there, as well as Lenny, just not a good, thing to lose to your best classes.
What a fantastic combo there. We saw on point Nixie headshots Bull, and Joey Lemons hits him with a max range pipe to take him down early. Carson and Jay gonna drop as well as Demento. Can't find that stab. Logan going for the sack, doesn't find Casper, full Uber, and all of a sudden things are looking amazing for 3600.
Yeah, we are there just about to take the time advantage right here. Casper has Uber. He's been able to stay alive for the past, minute, 2 minutes or so. And the pressure's really coming onto Hood right now. They're going to have to execute. Blake coming up on 90. They should have this Uber, but there's a dot on main. Bull needs to make sure he doesn't die again. Casper's going to be forced to peek, or Blake, excuse me, is going to be forced to peek this. Blake does have Uber, and it looks like they're going to be going in soon.
Yep, they're gonna pop early, get Logan and Bull, do it across the point. Counter Uber is in for 3600. Dur gonna be the first casualty of this one as Bathhouse is now being fought from both sides. Adam and Demento are trading on either side as Joey Lemon's gonna find an exit pipe onto Jay. It's now a 7v7, but the point is still had by 3600.
Nixie finds Blake!
Yep, Blake gonna go down now, Bull on fire. No one to heal him back up. The health is really bad on the side of Hood. That said, 2 big frags from Lenny taking out Fluoros and Nixie. Bull gonna get revolvered in the back by AGB. Point is now being sacked onto. They have to get this capture for Hood Naruto. It looks like 3600. They have players up to fight. They're trying to clean up as much as they can. Pipe onto Hyphen, taking him down. Joey Lemon's standing tall on this point. Just a soldier and getting cleaned up. Wish with a 6k, and that's 3600 taking our first round here.
Hunter just missed the stairs. Walking up, I'm pretty sure, might have gotten air blasted, but Jay came in, bombed point, and then, I don't know if he just thought he was in a jump server, but jumped off of it. There was no time left, and he just pogoed himself off the point. 3600 takes the first round.
Yep, rolling on a new mid already. There's no time for these teams to really stop and think about what just happened. It shocked everyone in the server, probably, as now new mid rolling out. Demento early stab onto Joey, but Bull got taken down earlier by that opposing Demo Man, so now it's 8v8, no Demo Man. Bathhouse is firmly held by Hood Naruto. They got Lenny in here as well, getting pressured by Wish. A sack is in. K-Pop Bob gonna go down. Jay getting shredded by that Tomislav. No one's gotten onto point very much just yet. Hood Naruto gonna take this at time to get on there with the backline pressure from Jacob. He's done a phenomenal job this mid.
Yeah, with Bull going down so early, I was really scared this was just going to be,
Turned out Blake with a whip.
Oh, no, you can't allow that to happen. So many players around him, he's dead in the middle of 7 people. That's really unfortunate. Casper didn't go down either, so he's coming up on full Uber right here. We'll have to see how they defend.
And Lenny got spawn camped just there by AGB, gets the teleport as well, so Lenny essentially has 25 more seconds till he can get in on the fight. 3600 gonna use this opportunity to walk up fully with this full ad. They're trying to get the point capped up. They want to get this without popping if possible. Right now, Hood Naruto gonna try and get this forced. They need this high bomb, gonna force immediately. Better safe than sorry on that regard. They can't drop too many players here. They do get Hyphen and Bull though, so things are looking pretty good for the side of 3600.
Yeah, they will, or I guess they're waiting to not extend Wish? Question mark? Probably. Yeah, looks like that's what they were waiting for. So, a couple extra seconds for Hood on that, but they'll take the scout spawn in exchange for 4 seconds off the clock. A little bit less than a minute taken by Hood off of that mid-fight, but they do have about a 30% Uber as they push onto Ruins out of the cave. They must have eyes on Nixie not, watching that run up from the point. Joey Lemon's actually not in bad with the rest of the team. They will back out and play on there. There it comes in. Jacob gets some good damage onto Casper, but will not be able to finish him off. Sitting at about half is Casper, as tons of time coming in. Blake comes up with Uber Charge, hasn't used it yet. I think they don't have to. Logan gets the point 95% of the way capped, as Adam and AGB going down is going to do a lot to stop the defense from holding, and the point goes through without them having to use that is huge.
Yeah, neither team using that Uber they both have, so now 3600 recontesting, trying to get some point presence. No one wants to be the first to pop here, but Hood Naruto going to be the ones to take advantage here, going to walk forward, force the counter Uber out. No one dies in the immediate Uber. Lenny loses the SVS in the background, as Hunter finally going to go down that Pyro for the first team, that Uber. Now point is held by 3600 getting this capture. Oh, but Demento with a big 2k, Adam and Joey going down. No demo, no heavy. They still get the recapture for 3600. There's Jay in the backline trying to find some rockets. Not going to get too much, but Blake went down to Dur, so the 3600 soldier actually being successful in his bomb. Hood Naruto going to take this point back, but at the cost of their medic.
Yeah, it feels almost like a lack of protection on Blake's end, if anything, which is kind of opposite to what we were expecting. Dur got him with a whip before, which is not a great showing. And he goes down again, so Casper will continue to have the Uber advantage, a slight time advantage for Hood Naruto here. But and Blake having spent 10 seconds after spawning before healing, so that adds a lot bigger than it could have been. Yeah, as the edging coming in.
Yeah, points getting contested from both sides again. It's a big ad for Casper, but Nixie gonna lose that SVS. It means Lenny has free reign now, trying to look over and find some things. Demento and Bull gonna drop though, as well as Jay. Dur gonna get traded by Carson, but it's a big numbers ad right now for 3600. Point is almost capped up. They're looking to get a bit more going. Carson gonna get Flu Walrus, but trade his life for it as Lenny gets found, and with no sniper, now 3600 are free to roam on this point. Gonna get that recapture, retain their 100% Uber, and they're gonna only be 30 seconds down in time overall.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a second there where it looked like Logan was holding off 7 people from 3600 on his own there, but does end up getting forced back, as, being down that many players will do. I need Bull to start staying alive a little bit more.
Oh, Stickies! Oh, he didn't death them. That could have been
not
big.
Dead in time, and Jacob finds Wish on the point. That's Scout Stab, not one you see often, but very, very important for allowing Bull to just have space here. Uber comes out. coming in from Hood right there will be popped in return. Slightly better for Casper. Logan blown into Bath again. Maybe that's a little tech that Johnny likes pulling off. Logan's gonna, and he will end up getting killed after that as well. Johnny should be the trade for that, but you'll trade Scout for Pyro. That's a straight upgrade, but Blake gets stabbed out. AGB finds him in the backline. The numbers are in favor of Hood otherwise, and it looks like they will be forced out despite having heals here. Casper only having 30%, and
bomb in.
There is Jay. Big bomb. Great surf by Casper, but burns out in midair, unfortunately. That afterburn, no counterplay if you're a medic there, and Carson should finish up this point, so ultimately you'll take that if you're Hood, but it definitely could have been a little cleaner.
Yep, they're down 15 seconds in time, but that late death from Casper is going to give Blake about a 40% add to work with. They're now all standing on the point, looking to get some space here. Wish going to go down to Lenny. Now Lenny has Premium on the point. AGB not going to find that stab in and off timing. Dirt is in Bath contesting. He will actually take down Carson and keep his life. That's really big. That heavy on a massive respawn timer. Telly is up though, so he will be able to get back. As now time ticks into even for both squads. Nixie rolling out onto the Ruins side, looking for any entry pick. There will be an SVS here in just a second. Both take a shot, but now the teams are walking up to point.
Yeah, really nice trap by Bull as well by the stairs coming out of that. Looks like it might have gotten found. No. Wish is going to get a headshot right away, though. Joey Lemons doesn't get caught by Casper and will crater off of that. I think that was Bull popping him up and Logan chipping him down in the air. So your two best classes, including a soldier, go down immediately for 3,600, and that will abort that push right in its infancy. Johnny from Cali going down as well. And with Blake having Uber, Casper's at 85, so he likely will get this Uber out before the round ends, but with a strong bath hold right now from Hood, yeah, as we dip into overtime, the Uber does get popped. Logan doing his best to try to find anyone open. They're just trying to block the cap and get ground right here.
Bathhouse got cleared by Adam just now. We got Lenny and Hunter, so this point is firmly in control of 3,600. Blake gonna go down as well from that headshot from Nixie. Point is being contested, but enough players are alive. It's just right now Scout. Logan trying to contest. Can't hit the shots onto the sniper. Now Jay and Hyphen are recontesting from Bath. Bomb in. Demento's in as well. They're gonna get Flu Wars and Nixie. No one's left, and that will be a win for Hood Naruto. Gonna get this capture up and take our second round here.
Yeah, just a really, strong showing from Hood. We see that Blake's able to stay alive just a little bit more. They play a little bit faster, and they're able to, again, leverage that great individual talent they have to just kind of walk in. A lot of, good plays by Jay, getting in the back line, finding Casper, making sure he doesn't get out of those fights, too, which really helps.
These rounds are close. This is way more competitive than we ever would think coming into the match, so it's very nice to see both teams showing out here.
Oh, with Joey Lemons.
Yeah, they're contesting from that side. Bull gonna get demolished by Joey there, destroying him in that Demoman 1v1. That was easy for him. Bomb in from Jay, gets 2 rockets, but Casper gonna surf out and not get taken down. Oh, Jacob finds back by Demento. Jacob with a massive play there to get the enemy medic killed. Now it's about a sack in 46 or 400 pounds. They're trying to get the capture up, find this medic. They are going to get the cap, but they need to do something here because they're going to be at a diss side. But Demento coming in again, stabbing Wish, and Joey gets headshot. Means that this mid is going to turn in just a second.
I don't know if I've ever seen a spy get this many scout stabs in this short amount
Wish
of
has
time.
been killed by pick classes his past 4 lives, I'm pretty sure.
But speaking of pick classes, AGB will find Carson, and not having that heavy to walk forward is going to hurt. Nixie takes out Lenny as well. Consistently been finding good advantages in the SVS.
Mid-fight
Bull
too.
doing a ton of damage, though, right here. Railing everyone as they try to walk up the stairs. Jay pushing out onto Ruins, going to force him back, but Bull goes down again. Right for the Uber. Hunter and Logan being brought in on this one right here. Casper having gone down will not have it. Kites out into main, though, and will live. Some frags bought for that, but Hyphen's going to go down, so it's only a 2-for-1.
Yeah, Joey Lemons is bodying Bull right now on every Demoman exchange. He's getting so much damage, winning all these trades, getting him killed. And now point control is held by 3,600. They don't have it captured as the point hasn't been capped this round yet. There's a heavy contesting as well as Bull on his respawn thanks to that teleporter. Uber gets popped up from the side of 3,600 trying to bomb forward, get some kills, get some space. Just Carson left alone against the scout, gonna go down. Lenny wins the SVS against Nixie in the meantime. He's still waiting on this off angle on the ramp side. Gonna get healed up and re-peek in just a second. He's a big threat here. They are gonna get the capture in time though for 3,600 and looking to defend here.
Right, Blake will have Adler. That was one of the longest leg segments I've ever seen, I feel like. With Adam really deep in Bathhouse right here. He's not in a position to really deny point. He's gonna get found out and likely should go down. Yeah, Lenny's gonna land the headshot to finish him off. Fulor's going to go down as well. Hunter will be the trade, but the point taken back over in favor of Hood, and they have the Uber advantage here. But Bull dies again, as does Lenny.
Bull is just getting destroyed in these exchanges. Now it's a solo Uber onto Logan. Demento's in there trying to find anything, but they're not going to get any damage, actually. Joey Lemon's going to cut this one out, gets to the Spencer, and keeps his life there. So no kills on that Uber for Hood Naruto. They're going to lose Carson on the back out, as now point control is held by 3600. They are on it, trying to contest with the Scout and Engineer, doing a lot of damage. Wish dipping and dodging for his life. Gonna live on that one and get the kill onto Hyphen with the help of Dur. So amazing play there from all of 3600 to get that point back.
Yeah, and just Bowl and Lenny are really having a rough game right now. Really uncharacteristic from them. You know, we're used to seeing them just, you know, dominating their opponents, but Lenny has consistently been losing the SVS, and Bowl, it feels like he walks up on the point, dies within 5 seconds. Let's see if he can outlive that 5 seconds right now, as he's got some good ground on point, trying to get some damage in. We'll eventually get that mini, but forced back as the Uber comes out from 3600. Blake kiting back onto Ruins should be fairly safe. Logan gonna be the only kill they get here.
Yeah, Wish went too far forward and got dropped there, so now it's a recontest for Hood Naruto. They have full Uber to work with. Gonna try and cap this without popping. Hunter and Jay gonna go down there in Bathhouse, so there is room for 3600 to contest if they want to. Doesn't look like they're walking up to the point quite yet. As Adam now walking up, Lenny goes down to AGB, so no sniper. Hyphen gonna drop as well, so this point's gonna be free for 3600. They are gonna force this Uber out. Johnny gonna deny this with 2 air blasts, gets 3 off before he gets killed, so that's pretty good. Demento getting headshot, a bit of revenge there for Nixie, as now the recontest is in.
Big bomb coming in from Dur, though. Blake's going to hit the surf, and with that airtime, will live. Bull goes down, though. Carson getting hit low will take out Flu Walrus, though.
Jay?
Logan's still doing his best to deny the point, too. Nixie, though, on that far side, might get a shot onto someone important here. Carson barely living at 57 health. Finally gets the beam back on him a little bit, but the point goes back in favor of 3600.
Yep, and right now AGB's only enemy bats, peppering them down with the revolver, being that nuisance that Spy can be on Lakeside. Dur has a mini sentry in Bathhouse, but Lenny gonna win that SVS, opening things up. Bull trying to walk on point, eats a pipe from Joey, needs to back up and get healed. He's very low, gonna get ran at and killed by AGB's revolver. Now Uber coming in for the side of 3600, gonna take down Carson, trying to chase down any kills they can. Wish going a bit too far, 1v1 against Logan. Does not like his chances, gonna back off from that one. Telly gets taken down, and that will be held for 3600, but Blake has kept his life.
I have never seen a demo and a scout die synchronized, or a demo and a sniper, excuse me, so often. It feels like Bull and Lenny keep dying within 5 seconds of each other, and it just needs to stop. Lenny's playing on his own on Ruins. He has to know that he's not safe there and he can't get protected. It feels like he's on point right now, but it feels like anytime they're holding, he just sits on Ruins and lets himself get stabbed.
You know, that's that full Uber is gonna coax 3600, excuse me, back into their spawn. So now they're going to build up 60%. Blake has 100. Spawners are all going to be up for this next contention, as now Hood going to hold people in Bathhouse. We got Lenny posted up here on the staircase, trying to find any angle. Joey's going to peek into his sideline in just a second. A good spam, almost takes Lenny down, though.
Yeah, Casper coming up on Uber right now, and yeah, Lenny dead again. Anytime they want to push, they just hit the button, and Lenny ends up dying somehow. Uber on the far side of point right here. Carson doing his best to absorb a lot of it, as the Uber is much better coming in from Hood, but Johnny doing a good job denying that. They won't find too many kills. They'll get some bath presence, though. Very nice for Logan to clear that out. Really low. Can he sneak the pack? He cannot. The splash takes him out, and frags are going into the favor of 3600 right now. They will recap everyone from Hood over on Ruins, but they're just constantly bleeding players. That is really aggressive from Wish, chasing into main. Will go down to Hyphen, but this is such a back and forth round. It feels like every cap's only 30 seconds apart.
Yeah, and Lenny is just dying so much there. The spam from Dur Lemons was great, and Dur found a rocket from the other entrance to take him down, so Nixie getting all this free space to work with. He's now posted on point, doesn't hit his first shot, gonna back up. Recontest coming in from Hood Naruto, as both teams gonna be up on Uber soon. We got 80 to 70%. Adam gets taken out alone in that Bathhouse. That's not what you want to see. Your defensive heavy going down early. So now Bull gonna try and contest. Sticks get dead. Bomb comes in from Dur, being a bit of a distraction, but they're walking across point. Joey Lemon's gonna get taken down by Bull's pipes. It's a solo Uber onto Wish, gonna try and find any kills they can. Counter coming out from Hood, gonna save Bull's life, and Johnny doing a great job air blasting, but it's all about this post Uber.
Yeah, they just need to get on point right here. AGB's gonna get caught out. No spy right there. Good arrow onto Carson to keep him up, and they will cap, but a minute left for Hood. Overtime for 3600. All you need is one play going right, and you can cap this here.
Yep, and both meds staying alive, so Ubers are going to be pretty identical, 10% give or take. And now recontest coming up from 3600. They're walking out of main, it looks like. Lenny again is posted in this bathhouse angle. Joey Lemon's putting those stickies in, trying to force him off of it. He's a lot further back to not eat spam, as now Scalpy Scout on point, trying to get some cap time going down. But there's Carson and the walkout from Hood. This is what you're looking for with that bath hold, contesting from the enemy ruins. They're going to get 2 big kills. Logan and Lenny going to die, though. Everyone getting shredded. That entire combo got mulched in that doorway. They didn't get out far enough. Now it's about bombing into the front side of Bath. Carson going down, as well as Bull. Hunter gonna drop, and that is the point capture. Overtime gonna get finished by 3600. They're gonna take the 2-1 lead into the half.
That walkout onto Ruins looked so good, but Dur just activated the cloaking device and walked into the entire Hood Naruto combo. Got 3 rockets off, probably did about 950 damage to all of them, and they just evaporate. And I mean, too little too late from Hood Naruto, which is not something I expected to be seeing here, but it felt like that was the first time Bull had gone more than 30 seconds without dying, and then they just let a soldier waddle into all of them.
Yeah, it was a really good idea, and that's what you want to see, like, with that bathhouse pressure. If the team is, like, trying to contest point on you, is you want to try and walk out behind them while contesting, if they're not putting that much people watching it. And they got 2 kills immediately. It's really good, but they just didn't get out far enough, or they didn't retreat back in once they had those picks. They kind of just stayed indecisive in that doorway. Like you said, Dur got about 900 damage off. They had some stickies come in, they had more damage come in, and all that damage just killed them all. They just died there, and they couldn't get on to points. So it's a good idea. We expect these concepts to be put into practice by the Jacob team on Lakeside, but the execution was just lacking.
I was just getting the logs pulled up right here. Yeah, Bull. Okay, that's a lot of deaths from everyone on Naruto. Wow. I'm looking at the top half and I'm like, okay, Jay's got 21. Jacob's got 19. Lenny died 18 times in 3 rounds. Your sniper dying 6 times a round is not very good.
Yeah, Lenny's been a walking respawn timer a lot of the time. And he's still near top fragging the server, by the way. Only wishes above him.
He's getting kills, and that just goes to show you, if he gets any protection, I mean, yeah, he's losing the SVS a decent amount, but a ton of those are stabs, a ton of those are soldiers, and I don't want to entirely blame Hood either. He's playing on his own. He's playing on his own a lot. But it feels really sloppy. I mean, Bull has 14 deaths, which isn't that 7 are to Joey Lemons, comparatively, but yeah, 7 of them are to Joey Lemons, so he's getting obliterated in the demo, and all of those are happening at the worst possible time. They're happening 5 seconds into mid, and the second 3600 is trying to push point.
Yeah, or Hood's trying to walk out onto point. We had something we're not used to seeing from Demento teams on Koth, by the way, is that whenever they lose the point, they'll be able to come right out, take the space they need, get some pressure in, get some damage in, and recapture. This is the most I think I've ever seen a Jacob stack in the last, 3-4 seasons lose their recontest due to, Bull exploding instantly or something else going wrong for them on their repush.
Yeah, and something else that I've been maybe thinking of bringing up in the intro, but we don't have time for it, is I mentioned that the class advantage goes everything in Hood's favor. But I think it's you brought up the stylistic difference between Adam and Carson. How about the stylistic difference between Logan and Wish? We've known Logan to be a very passive scout. He will take the beat. Well, I say passive. I should mean he's not gonna.
He's not like Wish, who's running
into fights, hunting down frags. Logan plays very tight to his medic, shoots things his demo shoots, and we've seen games where he's died less than his medic. That didn't necessarily happen here. But we see how that style can be a downgrade when your demo man doesn't exist.
It's not that Bull doesn't exist, right? He's definitely playing a good game for Invite Demo Man. He has 500 DPM. He's doing a lot of big damage. It's just his deaths are coming at really, really bad times.
Right. When I say he doesn't exist, I mean in those fights where you would expect your scout to be getting tanked and finding 4Ks, Bull had already died 10 seconds ago, and now no one's damaged. And, I mean, it's not fair to necessarily blame Logan for Bull's deaths here, but there should be you'd like to see a bit of adaptation, right? Maybe realizing, hey, I can't just clean up on damage. I might need to go be a little bit more aggressive, especially considering some of the deaths we saw Blake take early. It just feels like Logan was having a lot less of an impact in the server right now than we're used to seeing him have. Even when things aren't going wrong, so to speak, as they are with Bull and with Lenny.
And something I want to point out a bit is the heal distribution, because we're hyping up Joey Lemons as, he's having a fantastic game. He's doing really good against the demo man v demo against Bull. And he is playing a better game stats-wise and, in key frags-wise. but he's also getting a lot more heals than Bull. He's getting about 1,500 more heals than Bull, 7% more in terms of team heals. The rest of that heals, we have to look at where that's going for Hood Naruto. Carson's 21, and Adam is 20, so that's the same. Logan's 18, Wish is 15, that's pretty much the same. There's a big difference in Sniper here. Nixie has 11% heals, and Lenny has half of that. He's at 6. So Lenny actually is just losing tons of heals because he's not playing with his team. He's dying a bunch because he's alone.
Yeah, the differences I think we're really looking for come in from the scouts, which are 1,000 apart, and then, yeah, the snipers, as you said, but the soldiers as well. Jay is taking another almost 1,700 heals, I think, over Durr, and it feels like they're having about the same impact. And that difference that Jay is getting to... I mean, look, I want to just compare the KDs because I scroll down to look at this. Jay was significantly less impactful than Durr, with more deaths, less frags, slightly less damage, and he took 1,700 more heals in order to do that. It's coming into this, even if Hood was going to lose, Jay being one of the people getting taken advantage of is not something I was expecting to be saying here. But if you take those heals on Soldier away from your demo man when he's clearly struggling, you need to do something with that, and he's not.
Yeah, so, the Hood Naruto style that we're used to seeing at this point, where they just overwhelm their opponents, involves them walking forward together and getting a ton of damage and getting a ton of kills just by being, better players. What we're seeing here is while they're trying to do that, their sniper's not able to support them because he's getting killed, the demo man is getting killed early in fights, their scout can't go clean up because of it, there's no damage being pushed forward, and as a result, we see Jay's done a lot of bombing. It's not like, Durr's bombing anything over for damage, and Jay isn't. Jay is doing a lot of bombing to try and get picks and damage in. It's just whenever he does it, you'll notice he's alone. He's doing it with just him and maybe Demento. And when that happens, obviously your soldier's not going to be doing very much.
Can't do it with Bull. I mean, moving into this, the one thing I want to see from Hood is that Bull needs to stop dying. I think that is probably the root of a lot of their problems right now, is that their demo man who's normally doing a ton of damage, but Jacob finds almost one of the fastest picks onto a heavy on a mid-fight I've ever seen.
Cool Dog has a word with you.
Adam goes down. That's why I said one of, not the... That was on my mind. Trust me, Zach. I know when I get God. Durr gonna go down as well, though, so Adam's actually already respawned, but really dominant mid from Hood, not even needing that many frags, but Bull gonna get stabbed out, Logan gonna get sniped. Lenny, though, finally finding that SDS onto... That's a hat trick right there.
He's taunting, let's go.
Logan took a shot for Lenny right there. Nixie putting in chat Lenny was gonna die, saying he took the shot for it. So,
Cal starts to that mid, Hood and Naruto taking it, and both teams have full Uber to work with, neither med died, so standard recontest coming in here. A lot of stickies on the point, but Lenny gonna lose that SBS. This time Nixie does find his man, no one to stand in front of him, and now it's contesting on point. Bull gets a lot of damage, gonna force this Uber off from the side of 3600. Counter is in, duo onto the scout demo, trying to walk into Bathhouse, actually trying to find some picks, but Bull left up to dry, gets taken out instantly. Heavy shreds Jay on his re-entry, and that Bathhouse control was amazing from the side of 3600. But Naruto, it feels like they decided too late they wanted to take their Uber there, and they got rolled. Speaking of rolled, Nixie on his 3K of his own takes down Blake on the back out, and just like that, the momentum has shifted back into 3600's favor.
Another really, really smart in-Uber fight air blast decision by Johnny. He sees that Logan and Bull are moving into Bathhouse, which I don't think was a good idea, given, the status in there, but gets in between the beam, blasts Blake behind the point, and just cuts off the demo and the scout, and they just get obliterated. And he's done this a couple times now, taking advantage of the cutoff between point and Bath, and Hood is not adapting to him. They keep letting him get away with it.
Ooh, gets killed right before he can find that pick, and Bull loses that demo again to Joey Lemons, gets taken down, AGB gets quickscoped in the back, but points getting recontested on the front side. Hood going for this capture, they're trying their best. It's not quite in yet, as the demo man can't stem up. Lenny, Scout trying to get on it, get this capture, but Johnny's there, and now an Uber coming in, trying to clean up these players that are left over. Hunter is going to be the first victim, and it looks like the only victim, as that Uber was purely for defense of the point.
Yeah, and I mean, it's gonna... They're barely even... I mean, Hood still might cap this without Blake they'll cap this without Blake having to use the advantage he just got, so not a great turn of events for 3600, nothing cataclysmic necessarily, but just threw a lot of momentum back into the favor of Hood with really, nothing gained other than a couple seconds off the clock. Casper looking like he might want to run back. Jacob's in super deep right now, going up onto Ruins. It looks like as a Wish will get caught out in Bath. Nixie winning that SVS onto Lenny, a fairly familiar sight we've been seeing here.
Yep, and
but
now
again,
point
just the
trading
Uber
going
amp.
back. Yeah, Uber gonna get popped from Hood early, trying to find some picks. They're gonna get Joey Lemons early. Hunter gets reflect piped actually by Johnny in the middle of that, but Casper will go down to Hyphen in that back line, so losing their medic is not good for the side 3600. They're trying to walk forward. They have players in Bath. Walking out is the NG and Soldier. Soldier gets piped instantly. Good job by Bull. Logan as well gonna clean up Nixie. Fuorus goes down, and that's a successful push for the side of Hood Naruto.
If they didn't find Casper at the end there, they would have lost more people on the Uber than they would have caught. And that would have been really bad. HEB getting in behind. Looks like he might have gotten found out of it. He's hurt. I just heard a really loud decloak in my ear. My mid sense is tingled. But Adam getting it stabbed out in bad. Jacob giving him the razzle dazzle over there. A lot of play pressure coming in though. Bull needs to not lose this demo v demo here. He has the beam on him, which is good. And Dur gets taken out by Carson playing in Bath. You know, kind of a hybrid hold. But great shot onto Casper. Playing on point is Lenny this time, not on Ruins, away from his team. This time Joey Lemons is going to be the one dying walking onto point. A unfamiliar sight for us here. Lenny finds Nixie as well with the quick scope. Adam though.
He just revved up into the Bath window and just started demolishing people on that pack. A 3k there for Adam, and now Bath is in control of 3600. Adam can eat a sandwich to heal back up. Dur's in there with AGB, and with this foothold into Bath, 3600 are going to walk back out onto point as soon as they can.
Yeah, they have the ground there. Adam pushing out onto Ruins. This is a potentially dangerous play. High risk, high reward. He's going to get hit up really hard, though. Jacob chased off of the point. Ton of cap time in. Should be finished off shortly.
Beefed onto Lenny. That's so sad. Now it's Uber up, being used by Blake immediately as the health is really bad for Naruto. Popping forward, they are going to get Joey Lemons left alone there. Johnny can't get there in time. Recontest needs to come in as it's about to hit overtime for Hood Naruto, but the point is right now being capped up. Spy in, gets a stab, as well as Adam going down to Jay. A lot of damage being put forward as both teams are down about 4 players, but point is being held right now by 3600. Heavy walking out, doing a lot of damage. Carson gonna get cleaned up though just in time. Jay's alone forward, Lenny gonna get chased down by AGB, and the point is held by 3600 with Uber for now.
Yeah, just, you know, great play by 3600 right there, but they're still in, you know, overtime for Hood Naruto. So a lot of work to do here, and they need to play perfect for like from here on out if they want to avoid having this game be tied. But Mini's going to go down. That's kind of the first step. Adam gets stabbed again. Jacob has found his new favorite target to bully right here. Blake going to get chased back. Watch this decloak from AGB. Oh, great interception there, but no! He gets the last revolver shot off right before he dies.
In the meantime, though, Jacob get the stab onto Casper and wishing AGB going down at the end. The number advantage is in favor of Hood, as well as the respawn advantage. One capture is all they need to take this round. Carson walking forward with Logan and Lenny, getting a ton of kills. Bathhouse squad getting cleaned up, and that will be the capture. Hood Naruto going to tie us up at 2-2.
BV right there, get the med but sack everyone for him and then lose regardless. So we will be moving on to this will be a 2-2 game going forward as Hood had a much better showing that time. Bull was living, we saw Lenny playing with the team a lot more, and just overall, you know, kind of how we expected them to play, I think a little bit more coming into this. Now that, you know, the ball's in 3600's court to kind of adapt to this and take these rounds when Bull isn't dying at inopportune times.
Jacob gets another early stab onto Adam from that jump stab on the pillar. The best adaptation, unironically, by the way, at halftime was Jacob starting to focus on Adam. Adam is alone in Bathhouse so often, making space that he can just get stabbed. No one's spy checking for him. And when Adam gets stabbed, 3600 lose tons of their forward pressure, and with no heavy, they're just gonna have to back out of another mid. Jacob not gonna get any more, gets cleaned up, but that's a mid fight won just by that heavy pick. And if Demento can keep doing that, Adam needs to try and spy check for himself, because him dying early is the start of the end for 3600 pushes.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the adaptation for this Adam needs to make. Adam needs to stop getting stabbed. Simple as. Just, you know, just turn around, forehead.
Yep, Uber gets popped up here by 3600. Joey Lemons taking it forward. Bull gets a counter. It was a solo onto Joey, whereas Logan got some flashes, so Uber's going to end at about the same time here. Recontest coming in as Dur is the first casualty, gets sniped down by Lenny. AGB is in behind as Adam going to go down, and Joey as well. There's Bull hitting those big pipes, Scout running forward, Logan cleaning up. This is the combo of Hood Naruto that we're used to seeing. Bull getting tons of damage, Logan getting tons of cleanup, and when they're playing like this, it's hard to beat them.
Right, yeah, you know, Logan kind of showing right there how that playstyle is supposed to work out. When you have a demo man, you know, who's as good as Bull, alive to put out damage in these fights, it can be so deadly. There's just so little you can do about it. And Lenny, you know, on the top of the scoreboard right now after a pretty room temperature half last round. Jay in deep though, but Jacob finds Adam again, and he takes out Nixie for good measure. And oh, what a massacre!
Wood chipper
in
right
the
there.
red yard. just the buzzsaw coming out from Foot Naruto, you know, like on Sawmill. Just kind of going back and forth in the 3,600 yard right there. As that looked like a 7 or 8 for 1 right there. Jay the only one going down.
It was 9 for 1 actually, because Jay was the only casualty and they full wiped. But that said, recontest coming out here. But Naruto now looking to hold in the bathhouse. They have their sniper in there, and sniper will get that pick. 5k for Lenny onto Johnny. Recontest coming in from the ruin side actually. Adam trying to peek in with the help of the soldier, trying to get some damage. A lot of damage going down there, but they can't get any frags, and they're gonna get shredded by Carson on his peek from the side angle. 3 men going down for the side of 3,600. Now they're trying to get some space out, whatever they can. Soldier in the back. There's Jay coming in and taking down Casper. Clean rockets there. Rest of the players are going to peek out from Bath and get that cleanup. This is the Hood Naruto that we're used to.
Yeah, and with those people going down, Blake doesn't even have to use the Uber. And after winning the first half, 3,600 is in danger of getting shut out to flip the score back to 3-2 right here.
Yeah, and you know, this would be a halftime, so if they were to go into the half off of this performance, all of a sudden, your confidence is wavering. Lenny now in this bathhouse entrance, trying to find a headshot, can't get it immediately. Joey Lemons peeking, actually takes him down. Great play by Joey Lemons. They're going to lose Adam and AGB, though. Joey going to go down to Hunter. Uber is out here from the bathhouse, and while that looked good with that entry pick, they can't quite get any space. Uber comes out from Hood Naruto. They're going to lose everyone again on 3,600. Demento will go down to a headshot, but at least they have their medic alive for now.
Shout out to Hyphen there, coming in on the Uber with Logan not, you know, nearby, taking a flash to get a shotgun kills. It looks like we've got a pause coming in.
Yeah, that, you know, pause coming in. It's about 15 seconds left for Hood Naruto at this time. This is if they're able to defend the desperation push from 3,600, they'll be going to the half off of a perfect round where they didn't let their opposition cap a single time. So yeah, all of a sudden the script is completely flipped.
Oh, apparently that... Alright, well, we're back in this right now, so... Looks like the desperation push will be coming back in. Not sure of the time, but we have to be near overtime right now for Hood Naruto. A little bit of cap time will make sure this round lives, but Nixie takes out Logan. No scout is big, as Jay and Hyphen go down as well. That is the flank demolish. Carson as well. All of the frags going into the favor of 3,600. Bull will go down. Opportune this time, dying with his team instead of being the first one. But... big uphill climb coming in for 3,600 here.
Yeah, 3 full minutes need to defend. Jay almost had the medic pick there. Casper got left about 10 HP and like maybe 5 meters from cratering. Or like 5 feet from cratering, so we'll keep his life for now when he needs it. That Uber is going to be crucial for this upcoming defense. Jacob rolling out, going to be the first one across the point, as the rest of the players, looks like they have a pretty big cell going into bathhouse here, try and force out Dur. Jay and Carson going to peek in. That soldier needs to be careful here, as now point is being contested. Uber out here from Hood Naruto, going to do some trading on the point. Counter is out for 3,600. Good air blast from the Pyro. We will go down first, though. Hunter first casualty of the Uber. Dur gets cleaned up in that bath area, and now an off Uber recontest.
Yeah, and the cap time starts to come back in for Hood. They have the numbers advantage right there. No sniper, no soldiers. Big, and Jacob finding his new best friend, Adam, right on the far side of point. AGB's going to get 2 back, but it might not be enough. Johnny from Cali's going to go down. No one on point able to stop it. So that will be the 2-0 coming back in for Hood Naruto, and we go into the... I guess we should call these intermissions, like hockey, instead of...
yeah, it's not a half.
Instead of half-times, but yeah, we move into the second intermission here, as Hood has come back to claim a 3-2 lead.
You can't call it a quarter because it's not, you know, 4s like you would in football, so this is a third. We'll call it a third. But yeah, that 2-0 from Hood, if you completely, like, erase the first 3 rounds from our memory, we'd see this half and be like, yeah, you know, that's par for the course. But,
to be expected, business as usual.
But to see the adaptations at halftime be made for Hood, like, they completely, like, identified what the problems were. Lenny, play with us. Bull, Logan, you guys need to make sure that you're together on point to do damage and clean up. Demento, focus that heavy who's getting on our nerves in Bath. All of a sudden, it looks like all the things that 3,600 had working for them, all the ins, all the advantages they could create, they're all absent now.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at these logs, that is brutal. You know, Jay must have heard me talking shit because suddenly the script was flipped.
I got Dur's 3 and 12.
Dur not having a good half at all, not able to find anything. Lenny sitting on a 15 and 5 in 2 rounds. You know, Nixie now the one having a ton of deaths with the rest of his team. Joey Lemons 2 for 11, Bull only dying 5 times. Carson going 14, 14, and 4. He has a KDA or KAD of 7 right now, which is insane for Lakeside Heavy because it's so easy to get focused down and die in fights because you can be so meaningful there. But
he's second top fragging and top assisting over both medics. He has 14
Jacob
assists.
has 10 kills, 6 on Adam.
Yeah, he's camping the hell out of Adam. I feel like every time I see Adam's like, guys, I'm in bathhouse setup, we can push forward, he gets stabbed. It feels really sad to watch this this come out of 3600 after we just saw them be so hopeful. So like their plan working out phenomenally. All of a sudden it's like this is the adaptation coming through, and it just feels it feels demoralizing for them. But if you're Hood Naruto, all of a sudden it feels like you're actually playing the game. I feel like at a half, like the first intermission, I can tell you the comms that happened during the first intermission. Jacob goes, "Hey guys, can we stop fucking trolling?" And then they just play this.
Yeah, Lenny, play with the combo. Bull, stop getting owned by Joey Lemons. All right, thanks. Let's go. And then that's it. That's all that was needed from. You said he revolutionized the meta on this map, and he revolutionizes his own team's playstyle. So, I mean, yeah, in the same way that it felt like, there were a lot of issues you could say Hood Naruto had, but most of them kind of originated from Bull always dying at inopportune times, as well as Lenny. I kind of want to say the same thing back. If Adam stops getting stabbed, these fights are a lot different because heavies on Lakeside are so important. It's one thing I always look for on this map, is to just look for the heavy dying as kind of like the signal that if you push when the heavy's dead, there's a very, very good chance you'll win, just because there's so much less like threat coming at you. Yeah, there's just less HP. The heavy demands so much attention that either he doesn't get shot at and he wipes people, or he does get shot at and it gives his team time to do something else. Yeah, if you remove those 5 seconds of needing to deal with the heavy from everyone else, that opens up so much opportunities. And when he's dying, and Jacob's often not even dying to get him.
Yeah, he's just declaring because Adam is alone in bathhouse a lot for that play. Like they're sacking Dur over the top, and like when Adam isn't there in bath, he's not getting focused. Dur's getting shot out of the sky because Adam's not getting focused. We see 3 and 12 on Soldier. Whichever Soldier has more players pressuring for him is just going to be more effective on Lakeside. It's not really a map where like, oh, Soldier, big play, amazing jump, great rockets. It's like you do your job on Lakeside as Soldier. You bomb in, you do damage, you protect bathhouse, and if your team is helping you, you'll be successful.
Right, and I want to give a quick shout out to Blake, recognizing the inherent good looks and charisma of the casters in game chat right now. So, shout out to Blake. You too, my man.
You're just gonna encourage more pointless messages typed.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm 3600 now, I am not ready up.
If you slip us a 5, we'll plug your Twitter too.
Yeah. Oh, we get the lineup here. 75 seconds until we're going live here. So, Zach, what adaptation other than Ronnie getting stabbed less, or Adam, getting stabbed less, are you looking for 3600 to make here to tie this game up 3-3?
It's a hard one to make because of like how Lakeside actually works with Spy, but Jacob is being super impactful all the time. Even in the first half when they lost 2 of the rounds, we still saw Jacob do tons of work just from being Spy on Lakeside. We're able to pressure people, be an annoyance constantly to them. And in this half when he's like, okay, I need to adapt and kill Ronnie instead, or Adam instead, you got me saying it now. What we're going to see is if, say, Adam does start spy checking for himself more, or he gets an engineer to spy check for himself, Demento's going to recognize that and be like, okay, well, I can't just camp the heavy on cooldown. I'm going to go back to what I was doing and annoy people other ways. So I think that 3600 needs to do a better job responding to Jacob. And if you're able to respond to Jacob a lot better, there's no spy pestering you with the revolver or stabbing your sniper. We'll see the SVS for Nixie kick back up. We'll see the heavy do more work. We'll see Soldier get more. It's all like, it's a big domino effect type thing where like, if Jacob's able to find a ton of value, it's going to continue to be difficult.
Good points. And as we finish up on that, we see how the team's ready up as we move into the third period here with Hood Naruto leading 3600 3-2 right now. And that is going to be the mid-fight coming in right here. Joey Lemons getting a little bit earlier than Bull with a little bit less help. Takes the rollers. Yeah, gonna be arrowed right there. So, not too much happening right here. Another one of those passive mids, and we did see Hood lose this pretty hard back in the first round, but it happens again! It's like
nothing is happening on the map at all. We see Demento deep cloak, gets that pick onto Adam. Jay takes that in stride, takes down Dur, goes into bath. Now the mid is being collapsed on by Hood, and this gets capped up instantly. Furos goes down on his exit. At least Casper's alive, but that mid is uninteractive until Nixie takes down Lenny though, and his spawn gets extended. So at least there's that.
We see a pause. Oh no, might have just been a little bit of lag right there, but Does Adam need to take out the how long?
Is Jacob running Spy School?
He is. I'm pretty sure he is. I mean, granted, you can just jump over the ring, though, but it just makes it a little bit more inconvenient for him. Ubers get traded out on the point. AGB going down, though, is the only number that's been traded so far. Presence
peaking
in the favor of 3600 right here, as they will get a lot of cap time. They should take this back. It may just extend their own spawns, but Bull and Jacob go down. Johnny's going to be the only trade right here. Logan forward, going to take a ton of damage and go down. Hyphen trades out onto the heavy, though, and Wish goes down as well, so lots of deaths on both sides right now.
Ooh, good pipes from Joey. Takes down Carson on that end. The 3600 team did get the capture there, so at least there's that. Both meds going to be on about 50% Uber, but Hood has more players and thus more point control. They're going to walk Lenny onto it, and Lenny demolishes Nixie off of that surf. Spam is going off in the chat because of that shot, so Lenny flexing a bit right there, and the recapture comes in for Hood Naruto.
Yeah, you know, a little bit of time taken off the clock, but with even Uber's being about even here, we will see an exchange coming out pretty soon. You see 3600 taking ground right here. Lenny's on Ruins again, this time decently protected, but, you know, not able to deny that walk-up from coming through. Jacob finds the teleporter, good pick, you know, on the telly theory. It's a pug favorite. As the Uber comes out, definitely better on the side of Hood, about by 40%. Logan not even needing to really be flashed right there with no damage in on him. And if you're Hood, you're fine with that, because all you really need to do is just not, you know, lose people. You already have the point. You don't have to worry about finding those kills.
Jacob's coming in. It looks like he is seen. Can't get anything on point. Wish walking forward, and he gets a stab onto Wish. That's pretty funny. Wish died to Jacob about like 4 times this game, but with no scout, now Logan's free to roam. Runs forward, gets a bunch of damage onto the Pyro and Demo Man. Point is being held. Bull gets piped, though, has to back up and get some heals. Carson Flew Walrus gonna trading in Bath, and Lenny with a 5k takes down Adam there. Now Lenny has control of Bath by himself. Gets flared out, though, by Johnny. Very good flare to get that sniper out of there. And now Point's close to getting captured, but respawners are in. Jay's in the backlines, takes down Nixie, as we do have either lag or a pause, but looks like lag.
Looking like lag right here, as definitely some stuttering on the server end right here.
The still of Jay and Casper right now is so sad.
Yeah, okay. Casper's time is just being extended here.
Yeah, I feel like we're watching some kind of like, he's taking frame by frame and every frame gets worse than the last. Right now he's standing burning 23 HP in Fundamento. He's dead. Like, he doesn't live this. We are having lag issues though, so we'll have to see what the problem is and if it will be resolved. Might have to get a different server. We'll have to see on that one.
I'd imagine Hood would be reluctant to switch servers with about a minute left on their...
on the match,
on their time. Yeah, since if when this round gets capped, they win.
Yeah, this might be a pause at this point because it's weird for a lag take that much. Either that or the server has fully gone down. We don't have a disconnect message actually, so it's just a pause here. Likely investigating the cause of the lag. They are. So we have a bit of time to talk.
Yeah, and I mean, doesn't look good for 3600 here.
Yeah, probably gonna lose their medic. Hyphen is jumping into a pyro to try and take down Joey Lemons. If that dispenser can't block for Joey, Joey's gonna go down as well. I didn't see the exact time that the timer was at when the pause started. I'm guessing it was like a minute ago.
Yeah,
a minute and a half at most.
They were definitely under 130. Either they were plus or 10 seconds of a minute.
Yeah, and
leaning towards plus.
Yeah, and we're assuming Casper dies here because let's be honest, unless Jacob beefs the hardest of all time, which he has not done this game. He's played very well. We're gonna have Blake up on a full Uber advantage. Hood's gonna have control of the point. Lenny's gonna continue staying up. Even if Jacob misses, Lenny's gonna kill him though. So like he's dead.
Yeah, I mean he's just gonna burn out on his own. Granted, this is happening in the future, so this is not the exact scene where they're paused at right now. Which If the pause is happening 90 seconds in the future, as we do have the on pause right now, and Casper does go down, but if there's less than 90 seconds on the clock, that means that, spoiler alert, 3600 is going to have to come in and take the point at least once in the next 90 seconds here. Otherwise, unless it's a pause on an empty server, which would be a great troll for us.
Yep, I've hit the HUD reload scheme, and we're about a minute left on the clock for the side of Hood Naruto. Capture does get put back in favor of 3600, and they're going to take bath control with this. Blake with this full Uber is a big threat. If they can get a drop on Blake here, that would extend their lives here a lot, but otherwise, Hood Naruto are going to look to walk out May and pop and take this one back.
Yeah, they're taking ground right here. Not sure entirely what the Ubers are, but we do know Hood has. They will use into Bath right there. They're going to try to find Adam. He will go down. Nixie not going to be long for the world either. Two really important classes going down on that is exactly what you need. Yeah, about a minute exactly, pretty much, it looks like, left on the clock right here. Bull going to be leading the charge. To recap, they will snag
no, AGB, no! He misses the stab, gets 180 no-scoped by Lenny, so he goes down there, can't extend that sniper spawn. But Casper is alive. That's the silver lining. So they have 80% Uber, 85 now. Blake only on 50, so if 3600 can make this push work, they extend their lives once again. Jacob with the drop stab, and he finds Casper. That Uber is no more. That's a big play by Demento, and now Hood are free to walk up, do whatever they want, take down this sniper. They're in the driver's seat right now.
Yep, 95% being lost right there, and another more loud. There was the pause happening, in the game, but just insult to injury, it feels like, for 3600 right there, as Hood is now firing on all cylinders. Lenny standing tall on Obelisk. Wish getting forward, though, might force him off a little bit.
Uber's going to be out here in just a second to take care of these cappers. It's 10 seconds left on the clock for Hood. They defend this, they can win the game. ×2 right now for Wish. Logan gets forced up. Revolver trying to get kill Logan, but he gets the flash just in time. They're going to walk forward now. Hood Naruto with this Uber. Good denial from Johnny, but Nixie going to go down. Everyone's going down. The wood chipper is back as all the players are dying for 3600. Only Hyphen is dead. It's a wipe. AGB gets taken down, and that will be the match. 4-2 for Hood Naruto. It's kind of the result we're expecting. We predicted 4-1s, but in the manner that it happened shows a whole lot of resiliency on the side of Hood Naruto, but yet a whole lot of good ideas coming forward from 3600.
Yeah, and this was a great game because a lot of the times I feel like we'll see teams and it's like, hey, here's this really obvious, not necessarily easy to deal with, but obvious problem as to why you're losing. If you fix it, you'll probably start winning. And then we sit there and teams just don't fix it. And we go a full 5-6 rounds of, someone consistently playing poorly or being taken advantage of, but we see Bowl and Lenny both dying way too much. And then they say, okay, stop it. And they do. And, it makes us look smart. It makes them look smart. 3600 is really the only losers here. And then you can see what happens when that doesn't happen, right? We talk about how much of a problem it is that Adam keeps getting stabbed out to lead off all these fights. I mean, anytime...
And then the third intermission ends with him getting stabbed instantly on mid.
Yeah, which is like, so we can see how the adaptation works there. Hood Naruto adapted, and despite being down, and, there are teams that, might think that they're kind of the favorite, and when they lose 2 rounds like that, their mental's completely shattered. And, good on Hood Naruto to not let that rattle them, to shake it off and come back. And for 3600, I think we can see that them leading the match really at any point over Hood Naruto is something that I don't think a lot of people would have expected, and speaks that they have that potential to do that, right? They have the talent to do that. They just need to kind of work on what comes after, right? That in-match play, those in-game adaptations, identifying problems, fixing them, and we don't know how comms factor into it, but I'd imagine by the time that last round hit, you'd have to have a phenomenal mental to not be a little bit, shook.
Yeah, we have the logs pulled up on you guys. I think these are the third half logs, and I did look because I wanted to check something between the first and the third half logs. I looked at Adam's stats. In the first half, Adam had a KDA of 1.6 and like 220 DPM or something. Third half, 0.8 KDA, 120 DPM. His KDA and DPM got cut in half, essentially, from the first half to the third half. And he had a huge target on his back the entire time. It's not just Jacob stabbing him. He was focused in every Uber. They even solo popped an Uber onto him in Bathhouse. He just got totally focused down by everybody. And by recognizing that was the problem for Naruto, like that was one of the prevailing issues there, is that heavy being a constant annoyance. Fix that, the smooth sailing from there. It's just very, very good example there of how to correct your gameplay mid-match.
Yeah, and take notes out there, because really that was a phenomenal showing by Hood. They showed up so much, shakier than we thought they would be, and they just identified those issues. We saw Lenny not playing on Ruins alone so often, letting himself get killed. We saw so much better protection for Blake. We saw Jacob change his target priority, which I feel like is a phrase, or a concept that's foreign to a lot of TF2 players. Not that, anyone's there to teach it, right? But to that ability to adapt and say, oh, okay, well, normally as a spy, my prios are probably like med sniper demo or so, but he's going to say, okay, my team needs me to kill their heavy. I'm going to go for the med if I can, but if the heavy's going to keep presenting himself to me, I'm just going to keep taking it.
It wasn't even that he's like, oh, I go for the med if I can. His priority was the heavy. Every mid, roll out, go kill the heavy.
Yeah, and I think there was a lack of adaptation from 3600 because they sent Adam Bath every round.
Yeah, and still Bath, he had Dur with him sometimes, but, they weren't spy checking.
It worked the first 2-3 rounds, right? That first mid was dominant by them. I mean, it looked a little bit funky from Hood. They just sat on their ramp and let 3600 do whatever they want. But, okay, you win 2 to 3 rounds doing that. Okay, it's not a bad strategy. Next round, it gets
something
countered.
more. Your playbook has to be deeper than one play to win
Right,
a fight.
yeah, because that turns... If you only have one play in the playbook, that's no longer a playbook, that's just a cheese strat. And generally, you can't win matches at this level off of just cheese.
Especially against the best team that we have in Invite. And a 4-2 match, on paper, this will go down as Hood Naruto won their expected match. The second best team we have, according to record, the other undefeated team coming in, got 2 rounds, respectable showing from both sides. There's so much more to this match that both these teams are going to look at, and that every Invite team should look at, about how you need to play these games, especially on a map like Lakeside and Koth, where these mid-round adaptations need to become quick and they need to come effectively.
Right, and it's nice too that it's on Lakeside, as you mentioned, because because of how, close and tight everything is, all the fights can be affected by each other. Little things, like the target priority, or even just Johnny's air blasts and Ubers, right? We saw 3600 win 2 Uber exchanges solely off of the fact that he air blasted someone into Bath. And just that little heads up play is, things from the micro like that to the macro, like where you're playing, how you're playing around things, the amount of plays in your playbook, all of those goes into each other, and we could really see the connections, right? We saw what happened to Logan's more, passive combo scout style when Bull wasn't doing well. Bull starts doing well, and Logan suddenly starts fragging out on the server. It's super cool to be able to see those changes and not just like infer them from the theory we have of dedicating all of our free time to this game, but to just see it play out live, instant gratification type of thing. So, really, really a good match. And yeah, everyone watching and still watching, if you're still here, since we've kind of been rambling a little bit after the match ended, because, we get excited about these kinds of matches.
Yeah, the longer we ramble after a match, the better a match it was.
Yeah, exactly. Since there's so much to talk about with this, really, try to learn from what these players are doing, both what Hood's doing well, what 3600's doing well, and what they're not doing well, because both teams made mistakes in this match. And what really, I think, was the biggest change is that Hood was able to fix theirs on the fly.
Mm-hmm. And we expect that out of our top Invite teams here, so definitely a very good match overall. Watch it back, do whatever you want with it. Very good showing from both teams here. Shout out to both teams for putting up a good performance. Hood Naruto moves on to 4-0, keeps that undefeated record, and are poised to close out the season with it. 3600 go down to 3-1. They're still a very strong team. These 2 match points are crucial, actually, into keeping them in second seed, no matter what happens to close out the season.
Right, yeah, because, with Steel and Swiftwater looming on the horizon, I believe. We haven't played Swift yet, right? Yeah, no, we've played Upward and Vigil. So, with that kind of looming out there, those are maps where I don't know which each team's schedule is, but 3600, if they play like a Yee or a Froggy Land, that's a realistic upset, right? If one of those teams shows up and they have a bad night. So having those match points, as you said, is really, really big to maintaining that second seed, because more than likely, we'll see Hood be the first seed and likely Shovel versus 3600 as that 2 versus 3 matchup. And again, having the seed advantage and getting that final map pick can be so big.
Yep. And with that said, we can get ready to close things out real quick for this match. We have been rambling, talking your guys' ear off, so we'll let you go for the night. But before that, you do have a bit of a plug. If you guys want to get all the latest and greatest Team Fortress 2 merch to show off to your friends from the RGL store, you can do ! Merch in the chat. We have amazing designs from sixes and all kinds of different patterns. Minimalist Sunshine, Overgrown Scattergun, and we also have Witness Gaming merch to celebrate their RGL Invite 6's win last season over Froyotech. So if you're interested in checking any of that out, once again, ! Merch in the chat. Check out that RGL store. All of the proceeds go to our hardworking RGL team, designers, me, Alto, Dolphin, all the casters as well. So if you want to support us, you want some merch, go ahead and check that out.
Just want you guys to know that the little prompt we were given doesn't say TF2 merch, it says TF2 drip.
I refuse to say drip.
Zag's journalistic integrity will not allow him to say that, so just thought you guys should know that. But I think that will do it from us for now. So this was Hood versus 3600, where Hood took a very hard-fought 4-2 victory, moved on to 4-0, set themselves as the likely first seed in Invite. But again, that'll do it from us. So we'll be back next Monday. Not sure what match we'll be casting. Check, the usuals for where that'll be announced. And that'll do it for us. So hearts in the chat. Thanks for Dolphin. And again, that exclamation point merch if you're interested. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.